When I was starting out in copywriting and email marketing, I had no clue about all the flows that existed, or sequences as you may know them. I kind of thought, a welcome flow is pretty standard and a post purchase flow, but I had no idea about all the other flows that were essential to a healthy email marketing channel. So, today, to save you from the embarrassment that I had to go through as a new copywriter, I'm going to walk you through all the basic flows, and I'm also going to do another video on more custom or more advanced email flows. So, if you're ready, get your notepad and let's get into it. Welcome, copycats. This is the channel for all new copywriters and email marketers. My name is Adriana and I teach you everything that you need to know, and I talk about other stuff as well, like online business, freelancing and travel. If you like the content and if you like hanging out with me, then make sure you subscribe and you like and you share and you comment and you do all the stuff that brings more engagement to my channel and pushes it out to more people in the world. Thank you. Okay, so the first basic flow is the welcome flow, and that can be literally anywhere between 3 and 30 emails, just depends on the brand and what you're doing. And that is triggered when somebody joins a list. So normally it goes hand in hand with a sign up form, and you could be asked, or you should be the one writing the sign up forms as well and testing different versions of it, because the better your sign up form, the more people you'll get into your welcome flow. So the welcome flow can include things like a welcome coupon, it can include the brand story, it can include social proof, it can include the best sellers or the values of the brand, and anything else that would basically tell the new customer who they're dealing with, why they're different and better than the competition, and why they should buy their product. And then also there should be an incentive to, of course, make the first purchase and get that customer from being a new subscriber to someone who has purchased. The second flow is the post-purchase flow. So imagine this: somebody goes through a welcome flow, they purchase. Now you want to give them a flow tailored to the product that they bought. You want to encourage them to leave feedback for the product. You want to keep them excited before they receive the product, because remember, normally there's a gap of however many days while they wait for the product, so you can do a lot with that time to keep them engaged with the brand and excited for the product. And then obviously once they receive the product, maybe you want to send them a care guide, maybe you want to send them instructions, maybe you want to send them recipes, maybe you just want to chat to them. And then you want to think about the goal of the post-purchase. That would probably be collecting feedback, getting some engagement with the product. Maybe you want them to tag you in the stories. Maybe you want them to buy something additional, complementary to the product. But with that, you would probably want to extend the post-purchase flow, because if somebody has just purchased and they paid for postage, for example, you don't want to get them to buy something else straight away, because the likelihood of them doing that if they still haven't received the product is low. Like, you want them to receive the product, wait a little bit, and then be like, hey, like, if you like that, you're also gonna like this. And it also depends on what kind of products you're selling, because for example, if you're selling luxury jewelry or luxury watches, maybe it's not something somebody would buy every single month, but however, there could be complementary things that you could sell with it. The next flow is the cart abandonment flow. So you have to think about it this way. Let's say that the person goes through the welcome flow, they go to your website, they add something to cart, and then they get distracted, or they have a question that hasn't been answered on the product page. So they're not sure about making the purchase, and they just and they click off. So then you come in with the emails to answer the questions, talk about the objections that they may have. So you want to address those in your cart abandonment. You want to remind them, because it could just be the case that they simply forgot. So normally what you could do is just start with a simple reminder within maybe 2-3 hours of them abandoning the cart and being like, hey, you left this in the cart. Then remind them again, but maybe tackle some objections in the email or use social proof. And then you can do a couple more emails just tackling more objections, or, including whatever you think would be beneficial for them at this point in their journey. So remember, adding to cart shows intent to buy, like it's high on the list, but there was something that stopped them. It could have been the shipping cost. it could have been, yeah, that they had a question. And then another part of that is browse abandonment. So it's good to set up the browse abandonment flow as well, because there are people who will just be browsing the website, which again shows that they're interested in the product, but maybe they got distracted, or maybe they have some questions about the brand that have not been answered, or maybe they're comparing pricing between competition. So you want to come in with your browse abandonment flow and address that. So another one is the win-back flow. So the win-back flow is specifically targeting customers who have engaged with the brand and then slowly they fell off. So they stopped engaging, they stopped opening emails, they stopped clicking through, they just disappeared, ghosted. So you have two different types of people that could fall into this category. Customers who have purchased and customers who have not purchased. So customers who have purchased, there are a number of reasons why they could have disappeared. For example, they could have had a bad experience. So let's say they bought something, they received it, and the thing broke immediately, and they reached out to customer support or something, and nothing happened. Like, let's say the product wasn't replaced, or nobody got back to them, or maybe they didn't even bother reaching out to the customer support service because they just assumed you wouldn't help them. So in the win-back flow, you could address that. You could say, hey, how was that order? Was everything okay? Is there anything we can do for you? And just reinforce that you want them to be happy. It could also be that they just are going through something in their life and they're not really engaging. Maybe they're having financial issues and they're just not engaging in much shopping, or whatever. There could be a bunch of stuff that's just out of your control. But in those circumstances, what you can do is you can give them the option of being like, hey, if you don't want to receive our emails, you can just let us know. You can unsubscribe, or you can mute us for like 3 months, for example, right? And then we'll come back in some time. That could be a good option. Another thing is you could offer them some news from your brand. Like, what's been happening? Do you have new products? Is there anything that could re-engage them? Now, when it comes to customers that have subscribed to your list and then they ghosted, there could be a few different things. So if they were engaging with your emails at the beginning and then they stopped, that means that maybe they went with competition and they're just not interested in your brand. So what you could do is you could try and position yourself as, talk about the USP of the brand that you're working with to present them in a better light than the competition, basically, or say why they're different from the competition so that the customer could try them instead of the competition. Now, obviously, there will be a lot of factors affecting the effectiveness of that flow, because, for example, if the product is something that is not bought frequently and the customer has already bought it from the competition, essentially, they might not be buying from you for a while. So you could just keep on going and see if they start re-engaging with your brand, or also just give them the option to unsubscribe if they're not interested. But yeah, you could also offer them news and try to offer them an incentive for the first purchase. If you haven't sent them a discount in a while, that could work. However, do use discounts sparingly. You don't want to be a brand that's just sending out lots of discounts and you're basically becoming like a coupon dispenser. And then the last one of the basic flows is the birthday or anniversary flow. So this is basically, you've seen it, you've probably received an email like that, where around the birthday of the customer, and obviously they give you this information through the sign up form. Around the birthday, you basically send them a coupon or send them a special email, send them a happy birthday, remind them about you and make it special for them. Now, most brands do that. They do a very basic version of the birthday flow. I like to play with it, so you can extend it, so you can start way before their birthday and continue after their birthday. The birthday flow can literally last the whole year. Obviously, you're not going to be sending out emails every day, but you could send out like a quarterly email if it's around goal setting around the birthday, or I don't know, planning something, depending on what your brand is, what kind of products you're selling, and who your customer avatar is. And anniversary, it could be just reminding them, hey, it's been a year since you first found us, or since you first shopped with us, and we're really happy that you're here. Thank you so much. Here's your reward, whatever, to celebrate. So those are the basic email flows. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And don't forget that there will be a video on my channel about the more custom and advanced flows. So keep an eye out, subscribe, and press the bell button to get the notification when it is up. And I will see you in the next video.